Hi kiddos, welcome back for our biome lesson for today. We are actually going to look at a biome that's inside of another biome we just looked at. So we just talked about oceans, the great saltwater biome of the world. And this biome today is called the coral reef. So the coral reef is in part of the ocean, but it's its own biome. It has its own things going on for animals and plants to survive. So this biome takes place in tropical waters, which means nice and warm, and they're nice and clear and near the top. So coral reefs can't grow very deep in the ocean. Remember we talked about the layers? They have to be near enough the top in the sunlight zone to get sun, because sun greatly helps the animals and plants stay alive. So not deep, and they have to be near waves because the waves bring in nutrients and food for all the things that live in a coral reef. Okay? The main animal living in the coral reef is the coral itself. So this is really cool. The coral itself is usually the size of an eraser, about that big, okay? But then they all stick together and they shape the corals, okay? So it's like living in one big building and all of them are stuck together. And then they actually have tentacles, little tiny guys like an octopus, and they can reach out and defend themselves or grab their prey. So coral is obviously the most populous creature in a coral reef because it takes so many of them to make the coral. And they're really cool. They can be white, red, pink, blue, orange, purple, green, all different kinds of coral. If you look at this picture, it's very colorful. That's how a coral reef will look, okay? Other animals that live there include sea urchins, who kind of look like porcupines in the water, or starfish, okay, sea stars, or lots of kinds of fish like clownfish again, some sharks, octopus, stingrays, you know, the guys that are shaped like a wiggle and then float around like they have wings, and then lobsters. So there are lots of things that can live here. Tons of the creatures of the ocean actually choose to live in this biome, the coral reef, because it's the best place for them to survive. The coral can come in many different shapes and sizes. So you have finger coral, it looks like fingers. You have cabbage coral, do you see how it looks like cabbage or lettuce? Brain coral, and fan coral, it kind of looks like a fan. Okay, the biggest coral reef is in Australia, and it's over 1,400 miles long. Here's a picture of what that looks like from above the water. Okay. And then here are some of the creatures that live there. You have fish. And look at this guy. He's hanging on to the coral. A seahorse. So if you look, you can see all the little coral right there. And then a seahorse hanging on so he doesn't go floating away. So today we will draw a picture at the bottom of the ocean in a shallow spot with a coral reef. And we'll write coral reef on it. Coral reef. Maybe you want to do bubbles again like yesterday since we're in the water. Coral reef. And then I'm just going to draw the bottom of the ocean, and I'm not going to have it be very deep, and I'm going to have it be a pretty blue, okay? Nice, pretty clear blue. Remember, warm tropical water, and then I'm going to do some of these different kinds of coral. So I'm going to start maybe with a finger coral. Just draw some wiggly fingers. Maybe I'll do another one of those. Okay, got that. I kind of liked that fan coral, so maybe I'll put one of those over here. Okay. And then maybe I want a cabbage coral in the background. So I got that there. Okay, and then I would like to put a little seahorse hanging on, maybe right here. Curl this tail around. Got the little fins a-flapping. There's my seahorse. Okay, maybe I'll have my little urchin over here. Remember, that's just like a porcupine, so I'm going to get all kinds of lines coming out of it. It looks like this spiky, spongy ball. There's my sea urchin. Okay, I could have an angelfish or a clownfish in there. Let's see. Maybe I could even have a stingray. Okay, there I've got that. Got my little fish swimming around. Okay, maybe I want the stingray going. There you go. Then you can go ahead, and this should be, I would say, maybe your most vibrant, colorful biome that you've done thus far. Don't be afraid to use bright colors, oranges, okay, bright pinks, bright yellows, greens. You really want to make it pop with color because a coral reef is a very colorful, lively place. All right, there you have it. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.